Hi, so welcome back to Bioenergetics, and today I'm going to look at some neck and jaw release, or essentially one move which helps to release both these areas. I actually have something like 40 or 50 different bioenergetic postures to show you, to go through for those people who are interested, because I wanted to create an online resource of this material. What I'm aware is that there is not so much, it's not so easy to find out about bioenergetics. There's a few different schools, one coming out of Brazil, one coming out of Alexander Lowen's work, and some guys in the States and this kind of thing. But I wanted to just create a kind of ad hoc, open source kind of resource. And the reason why I'm going to do this neck and jaw release quite early on is because you can use it whilst you're doing some of the other postures. I find it really augments it. Because what it has is this element of release. And if you're familiar, say, with the Alexander Lowen School of Bioenergetics, who's one of the principal people in the West, and I think he actually came up with the term bioenergetics, and it's all really, really great what he does. It lacks for me, though, a little bit of a release element. I learned bioenergetics of Osho University in Holland, a therapeutic community in Holland, while I was doing 5 years of therapist training, and there was a lot of release involved with it. Or rather, we did bioenergetics and we also did emotional release, which is basically screaming and shouting. And what I'm learning in my own sort of style of bioenergetics is to put release into the actual bioenergetic postures a bit more. Not so much full-on screaming and shouting, but to put some level of release expression, because for me personally it helps me a lot. And sometimes I've met people from other bioenergetic schools and I'm like, wow, you know, if you're doing bio all the time, you're meant to be fucking vibrating, man, you know. It's like, and they're not really vibrating with energy. The vibrancy is not necessarily there. So then in my own mind I'm a little bit, well, you know, I mean, it doesn't seem to be working for you. I mean, I don't know what you looked like before or whatever, but basically if you do a lot of bioenergetics, it should create an essential vibrancy in your being. Okay, so I won't rattle on too much. Let's get to the jaw and the neck, because these are really important areas where a lot of tension is inevitably stored. As I said before, the principal holding pattern that this planet is carrying around is that we're trying to be a certain kind of person. This is the basic mental program we have stuck in our head. We have to be a certain way to get our needs met. And stuff which doesn't fit in with that, emotional stuff, reactive stuff, which doesn't fit in with this persona, our brain is quite challenged, and it has to shovel it all out of the way somewhere, or just generally randomly disperse it and distribute it around the place, a vast network of control and holding negativity or whatever we think is not good enough to be shown or shouldn't be shown. It has to hide it. And nowhere does this happen more than the face and the front of the body, because this is how we normally meet people. This is where we want to look good. We want to be able to smile and look like our life is going real good, so we can have good friendships. Other people will be attracted to us, want to have sex with us, we can get a good job. All of these basic biological needs, basic biological social needs. So a lot is inevitably held in the face and in the neck. One muscle in particular is called the masseter muscle. The masseter muscle is on the side of the face. It runs from the cheekbone down to the jaw on both sides of your face. And something you can do to check your own level of stress and tension in this area is to take one knuckle, you see that one knuckle, like the longest finger of my hand, and grind it into this muscle. Feel the muscle. Don't grind it right on the bone up here or down here, but in the middle on this muscle. Can you grind it in like that? How much does it hurt? A lot of people will feel a hell of a lot of pain there. I mean, it stirs up a bit of pain for me for sure, but a lot of people will really feel like, whoa, no fucking way am I going to do that. That's because there's an immense amount of tension held in the masseter muscle, just there. Also the neck, we hold a lot of neck. We'll be doing some more neck release later in this series. But here what we're going to do is a very basic jaw and neck release from one posture. It doesn't really have a name that I'm aware of. Some of these postures have names. But anyway, I'm going to call it the jaw release. So what you essentially need to do is to relax your jaw, and then what you're going to do is just shake your head around, basically. And at some point, I'll demonstrate it properly in a moment, or just do it myself and see what happens. at some point it's like a motion in your back or your body or your neck starts to take over, and you feel like a natural kind of position, something starting to be released, and then it just progresses for a little while. I'll just do it for a minute or so, something like that, and see what happens. I also have a bit of tissue with me, which you might want to have if you're someone who salivates quite a bit, because you don't want to be suppressing too much. This is a release position, don't want to suppress. Okay, so make your jaw real loose, like you're a bit of a kind of person, you know, it's really relaxed jaw, like there's really no holding in it, and then you just start to, I wasn't watching myself there on the screen, but I probably look like an utter idiot, and that is good, basically, you know. If you feel like no fucking way will I do that, then you know, that's a lot of holding. So it's great to make yourself look like an utter idiot when you do this, because what you're repressing is all of that stuff. So that was the jaw release. I need my little bit of tissue, and that was today's exercise. Thank you very much for watching. I'm going to put some more exercises out every day or two is my intention. Okay, bye for now.